Hello, I'm Wayne Maguire. Welcome to Property Success New Zealand, where every week I bring to you the experts in the real estate industry that show you how to achieve property success. And on this week's show we have Daniel again from Loan Market, warning us not to get locked into high interest rates in today's changing market. Did you know that redesigning your interior makes an enormous difference when selling? Carol, the owner of Amazing Interiors, will explain how with home staging. Returning to us is Ben from the New Zealand Herald, touching on advertising reach and giving you some key questions a vendor should ask their agent. And we will go to a Remuera auction which starts at a cool $1 million and then doesn't look like it is ever going to stop. Our regular guest is Pat from the Property Press with some interesting research. I think you'll be amazed at how many buyers weren't even looking to buy when they saw their dream home and then bought it. Our salesperson of the week is an elite agent, Ricky Kay from Ray White in Remuera, with his insights into a typical day in real estate. That's all on Property Success New Zealand today. Well, joining me now is Daniel again from Loan Market. Daniel, great having you back.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. Great to be here.
I thought, Daniel, maybe right from the start, let's just explain to everybody a little bit about Loan Market. Make sure everybody's familiar with Loan Market.
Sure. Well, Loan Market is a professional mortgage brokerage company. It's actually the largest now in Australasia. It's actually owned by the Ray White Group. It stands independently on it by itself. And it's predominantly point of difference is that it uses very, very good technology to help buyers. And by that, we can basically put buyers in front of 2 or 3 banks with one easy flick of the switch. That gives us a competitive edge in terms of what we do.
So that's Loan Market, and I love your branding. It's on our building down in Mission Bay, and we work very closely together as we go. You mentioned the borrowers there, or the buyers. So if I'm a borrower in today's market, if I'm out there buying and I'm now looking for money, what should I be looking for in the market, which is not the real estate market, but the market of lenders? What should I be looking for?
Well, I think that the first thing is that you need to make sure that you put yourself in a competitive position. So relying on one bank is not really a good strategy for you, because you could be caught out. And you know, fundamentally, if you put yourself into a competitive position, you're going to get a better level of interest rate. The other thing in the market at the moment is that buyers should be quite wary of what they do. There is, declining interest rates, or there's lots of economic commentary around what might happen with interest rates. And too often I see people locking themselves in for quite long periods of time. So the sort of 2-year or 3-year interest rate looks attractive, looks very good, and people lock themselves in. And now I'm scrambling trying to get people out of 3-year interest rates that they kind of sat in at 6%.
Because it's just easing back as it goes.
It's easing back, and there's probably some commentary around December, maybe March next year, there'll be another further cut. So our recommendation to most of our customers is maybe take a 6-month interest rate. You're not going to be too far out. Then we can have another look for you. We can look at the market again, and then see what's coming up in that cycle, and where you should go from there.
So you're adding a layer of service in there. You've said look around a number of banks.
Correct.
And then I think what I'm hearing is once that information or the offer has come back from the bank on the detail of what the package would be, you're saying let's stop now and review that.
Absolutely, and that's part of the service that we offer as professional financial advisors and mortgage brokers, is to look at everyone's individual situation and check that on a regular basis. So the set and forget model really shouldn't be part of your your remit. And mortgage broking is a real key plank in the financial advice model. And if you don't get that plank right, like all good foundations, it ends up being a bit shonky and a bit wonky. So let us look at that, and we can give you the right advice.
Fantastic. Really appreciate that. I think that's great. We all want buyers there at doing transactions or at auctions, but we want them to be able to fulfill. But most importantly, they are clients for life.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that they've got a good deal going, and that's why I appreciate you really being in there early in the piece so that people get good advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And, things change. That's what we know. Nothing remains the same. And, we often have people 2 years down the track saying, oh, actually, we've got another opportunity. We want to move again, or something happens, or like myself, had twins in the family or something like that. And you have to relook at it. And the set and forget model is definitely not one we'd recommend. That's why we do have clients for life. We look after them all the way through.
Fantastic. Set and forget is gone. You now need to get that great information every single time. Daniel, you're a great man for doing that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Well, joining us now is Carol from Amazing Interiors. Welcome, Carol. And first of all, I must say thank you so much for giving us the staging on the set. It's normally a house you're doing for us somewhere, but it was lovely of you to do this for our show. And Carol, people are interested, really interested in staging. So maybe we start it right at the beginning. What is staging and what does it involve?
Well, first of all, you can do the full stage. That is us come along with our team, and we do everything from the bedrooms to the bathrooms, the kitchen and all the lounges, even the outdoors.
So an empty house and you come in and do the whole show.
Yep, that's our full staging package.
Yep.
And then we also have an enhancement package where people can live in the home, and we will come and declutter massively. We work with the real estate agents. The real estate agents often give us the clues that they want to actually tidy up the home and really present it beautifully. Because this is our one opportunity to get top dollar for our client.
Absolutely.
And it's all about presentation, and really this is your one chance. You really have to maximize.
And it's those first impressions. And I know it's hard as a salesperson having to say to an owner, actually, this place is a mess. And that's going to impact on the sale of your property. I think you've probably got the skills that certainly I didn't have to step in and help somebody with that if it is the enhancement of it, yeah?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We really love being the team,
Yep.
not only with the real estate agent, but also with the client.
Yeah, fantastic.
And so we take a lot of our leads from what they would like, and we try and just carry through and make it as effortless and enjoyable as an experience as it could possibly be.
Well, now, from experience of working together, and our team works with you as their properties come to the market, they tell me that Amazing Interiors is different, so congratulations there. So what makes you different, Carol?
Well, Wayne, I think the most important thing is probably that we have got a shop, an interior design shop right next to our business, the home staging company. And so the girls that are staging can come along to the shop and just take what they need. We call it stealing.
They must love doing that.
Yes, they do. Well, every now and then you may be doing an enhancement job for somebody, and it's very colour specific, and we might not have that colour in cushions in the home staging kit, and so they just come across and say, Carol, please can we have this? And I say, oh, of course you may. And yeah, so that does make us a little bit different to just the ordinary cheaper home staging company.
Run of the mill, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So Carol, just give us an idea on price then. What does it cost to stage?
Well, it does change from different times of the year. Winter time is supposed to be our slower time, and in summertime, obviously, that's peak time.
Yeah.
So anything from 1,800 to 7,000, I think, was my most expensive ever.
Wow.
Which was a massive home with lots of lounges and outdoor.
Well, that's not bad, is it? So $1,800, and we're going to be plus GST, through to $7,000 plus GST is as big as it gets.
Yes.
Maybe that's just a slither of the price of selling your home, and it's going to make that impression. Add buyers in, and the more buyers we get when we turn up there at auction, the better. It's certainly going to pay for itself.
We always have very happy people at the end of it, and they say it has been so worthwhile.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You can clearly see the value of staging. When you're dealing with the experts, you pay for quality, but quality gives you that first impression. And then for the buyer, as you come through, if you love it, Carol will help you also and your team to make your home feel exactly that way. Carol, thank you so much. Very, very enjoyable. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you.
So joining us again is Ben. Welcome back, Ben, from the New Zealand Herald, and I would say Herald Homes. But in fact, Ben, you guys are NZME. So tell us about NZME.
Yeah, thanks for having us again, Wayne. So NZME is New Zealand Media Entertainment, which stands for a lot of brands. The ones that probably people know are Grab One, New Zealand Herald, and the Radio Network, which stands for stations like ZB, which is the #1 news station, Radio Sport, #1 sports station, and then Coast FM, which is the #1 music station. So we've got a lot to cover our customers' bases, you know.
You can go everywhere with that. And now if we come straight back to your product, the one we're normally seeing in the market, which is Herald Homes. Tell me about the Herald Homes and in particular the circulation, I guess the reach of Herald Homes.
Okay, yeah, so we do one publication on a Wednesday, a Saturday and a Sunday. Now our Saturday and Sunday goes from Taupo through to far north, and Wednesday goes from the Bombays to Welsford. And throughout that, we've got one publication which covers the lot, so it's really good. So if you're in, Mission Bay, you're seeing the same one as I'm seeing in West Auckland or North Shore.
Yeah, okay, so single print as such, everything's in there, and it doesn't matter if I'm sitting down in Taupo or if I'm up on the shore, everybody is going to see that. Why is that valuable? Why is that important to the seller at home watching now?
Yeah, it's really important. Mostly we study a lot of research, and we do research one through CoreLogic, but also with AC Nielsen on our customer, but also on the real estate market. And mainly because Auckland is a changing market. You got 43% of the Auckland sales now are from investors, and 23% are movers.
Movers, just explain that terminology. What's a mover?
So a mover might be a re-entry to the market, but also someone moving from an area to an area where they're not familiar. So it might be someone moving from the shore to West Auckland or to the Rodney district, for instance.
Okay, so that's why that reach and distribution is important, because you might be in one area, you see the same publication, but it's going to show you everything that's available, yeah?
Absolutely, and it's key for the regions as well, whether they want to advertise in it or if they want to be seen in the Auckland market, if they're, say, in Bay of Plenty or in Taupo or wherever.
And what's your numbers when you do your research on people viewing this?
Yeah, so our readership is, we've got unduplicated amount which we go on. So rather than giving you how many people read the New Zealand Herald on a Saturday morning, which is close to 500,000, we realise that not every single person's going to open up the New Zealand Herald and read Herald Homes. So our unduplicated amount is 207,000.
And unduplicated, how does that work across Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep, so we as you said, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, we've got 3 editions. Wayne Maguire here, the #1 auctioneer, might read all 3, but we can't count you as 3 people. We can only count you as 1.
Okay, so I read all 3, but I'm only recorded once as I come through the numbers that you're working on. Okay, makes sense.
We're a public company and we get audited, and we'd love to count you 3 times, but we can only count you once, sorry.
Very good. Ben, that's valuable information. Maybe just a last comment. What would we say to an owner now? What should they be asking their agent when they're thinking about print media?
Yeah, well, I think even in the digital sense as well, there's so many good print options out there, and there are good online options, but it's asking the right questions to get that cost of what you're spending versus what you're getting for it, So we've got plenty of testimonials and whatnot that kind of proves what we do is right. But it's asking those questions about readership, about, hey, well, where is this publication getting printed and where is it going to? Just so you are getting those buyers to your open home.
Thank you very much. So readership, where are the buyers coming from? What is the reach? What is the circulation? Ben, I'm really looking forward to us being together again on the next episode. That information is gold. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Andrew and welcome to 23 Takatai Street, Parnell, proudly marketed by myself and Ricky Cave. This stunning 300 square metre contemporary home was built in 2014 and is right in the heart of Parnell. Double grammar zone, it literally has it all. I can't wait to see you at the open homes.
Newly built and aspiring to greatness, this Parnell family home is sure to rise to stardom. Beautifully presented in a series of living spaces, perfect for enjoyment and entertaining, the home is the embodiment of high-quality contemporary living in a sublime and coveted central location. Options for formal and informal spaces, complete with feature gas fire, flow through bifold doors out onto the decking patio area with sparkling pool, aching to be fully enjoyed in the summer months. Host Christmas with ease and prepare your feast from the stunning kitchen. Let the teenagers retreat to the loft living room whilst you unwind in fully soundproof media room. Sleek and contemporary throughout, the bathrooms add a touch of sumptuous luxury with full tiling and designer features. In excellent school zones and with ample garaging, you can take advantage of the nearby transport options, wonderful outdoor pursuits offered by the area, and of course the thriving Parnell Village, all so close to the CBD. This is certainly an award-worthy family home. Secure your chance to own by inspecting immediately and join the buzz of this rising star in ever-popular Parnell.
So here we go. We've just got moments to go now. I think we're going to have an absolutely fantastic auction. Big crowd here. I'm probably going to have to force my way in, and I think I'm going to be looking back into the sun, but I'm expecting multiple bidding, and the bidding might be strong enough that we don't pause. If it isn't, I'm always going to pause and then negotiate, but on this one that might just roll us straight through. But let's go and see. Where would you like your auction to start? Bias, opening bid. 1 million. Welcome to the bidding, ma'am. $1 million. At $1 million now, and I'll take $50,000 rises right from the word go. At $1 million now, look for the 50 bid. On top of that 50 I've got now. At $1,050,000 now, look for your rise on that. Take the 50 again. 1-1. First, call it 1,350,000. 414 bid. At 1-4 now, take your 50 rise on that now. Oh, 25 then. Happy with that. 1,425,000, 425, open up to the 25s everywhere now. At $1,560,000 now. First call, second call, third and final, 70, 80. Driveway, you can join in. 610. Write a big number down, Kathy. Woo, 631, 632. At $1,650,000 now. Selling away. First call. Second call. 55. 60 do I say? 666 of 1,666,500. Why not? Oh, okay, put your sunscreen on. We're going to be a while. Do we bid again, guys? Appreciate that. $500? 666,500. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. I look down the middle. Do we bid again? I thought so. 667,500. They're straight back in. 667,500. Might want to knock it out of the water now at 1,670,000. What do you put on top, Sue? Whoo, and a half. Appreciate it. No problem at all. At 1,672,000 against us. I've got it here. And a half. 672,500. Go again, ma'am. 672,500 there. 672,500. Take me to 675. 672,500. Got it there now. Looking for the rise. Down the middle, 672,500. First call, selling away. Second call, third and final. We out, we out. Ma'am, are we out? I appreciate that. It's ours if no one else bids. Well done, had to fight hard on it. First call, second call, third and final. All done, all silent. We are going. We sell away, congratulations. Well done, congratulations. All right, so there we go. That was a fantastic auction. I think I'm running out of voice today. 2 pages of bid sheets, and they're very, very strong bidding. In fact, a nice start on it, and it rolled straight through as we thought it might have the potential to do. So then we just keep rolling, but then I'm still encouraging every single bid. And in fact, you saw we got down to thousands, and then we got down to $500 bids. So we keep going, and I'm always sure a vendor out the back is thinking, I'll take another $500. So stunning property and a stunning result here today. Very happy with that. Well, joining me again is Pat from the Property Press. And Pat, previously you made mention, and it was a real tease about some of the research that Property Press has done. Can we have a look at that today? And also, who does that actual research for you?
I'd love to share it with you, Wayne. The research company we've used for the last few years is Horizon Research.
Okay.
Horizon conduct research for a number of multinationals, local companies, iwi, government agencies, etc.
Okay.
So they're a fully equipped professional research company.
Yeah, so it's independent, it's very, very professional. How often are they doing this for you, Pat?
This is the 11th research program they've done for us in a 5.5-year series. We do it every 6 months, but we have been having research conducted since 1990. So we've done it over the years, and nowadays it's much easier because you can conduct research of several thousand people overnight on an online research, whereas previously in the 90s and the early 2000s, the research company would have to have interviewers go to interviewees' own homes and spend an hour or two conducting it, so it's a very laborious process. Okay. Now it's really streamlined, it's great.
So we're getting quicker information. I guess they can then ask more questions, and it's turning around in a tight time frame.
Yes, certainly, and we rely heavily on it, so we know how we're going, and it's very, very useful information for the real estate industry and for home buyers and sellers.
And what sort of things are you finding or getting out of that research?
Well, the first thing we need to know, Wayne, is first, sounds a bit selfish, but how are we doing? What's the relevance of Property Press in the marketplace these days? You've got to rely on more than anecdotes. We want a KPI for us is how the readership is going. We're a weekly, for most areas, a weekly publication, so we want to know how the readership is going. And then we want to know what are the people's future buying and selling intentions, where are people intending to live and buy homes, and their house price expectations. So all this information we can collate and pass it on to the real estate agents that are working with us with Property Press.
Okay, so one is checking and working out the relevance, so that certainly if I'm a consumer looking at advertising, I understand the value sitting in that. But then that extra bit of data on trends, I guess, going forward, I guess that's of interest to the real estate agents you're dealing with?
Oh, absolutely. If they need to know the future buying intentions of the people in the marketplace, and they also, it's very useful for us to know how many people are definitely going to sell, where people are looking to buy, etc. That's all very interesting stuff. Then we can, through the channels, we can guide home sellers better into their marketing investment.
And can we have a look? Have you got an example of those questions? I know you've got some reports sitting here, Pat.
Yes, we certainly do. Firstly, readership. They've discovered that we have, on average, 804,000 readers per week, which is a massive. It makes Property Press far and away the most read weekly publication in New Zealand. Now, why are people reading Property Press so much and even looking at websites? So one of the questions in this latest research survey, for example, is for which of these reasons, if any, do you look at property publications and websites? So do you know that almost half of the respondents replied to dream a little? So it's aspirational. Readership of Property Press is aspirational. I like to see what's being sold in my neighbourhood. Yep. I want to understand property values and the like. So I want to check how my property compares in price. That's still almost a third of respondents. So it's the aspirational side of things.
Now, does that, and previously we've spoken about passive and active buyers, does that relate to the passive and active buyers?
Certainly. This is a key question and a key finding that we'll share with you today, Wayne, is that again, I'll read the question. Some people have told us they weren't actually intending to buy a home when they first saw the property they eventually purchased. Did that happen to you? Now, in September 2015, 14.7% of respondents said yes, that it did. So to put numbers on this, we hear anecdotally that people buy passively, etc., but to put numbers on that, 14.7% of respondents. The Real Estate Institute of New Zealand tells us in the 12 months ended September 2015, there were 88,340 residential sales. So 14.7% of that is 12,986 sales in the last 12 months, or 265 sales a week were made to people that hadn't intended to buy at that time. So that's a true measure of passive buying.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for Pat. Isn't that interesting? So we see the value of the publication, we see the people producing it, checking on it each time as we go. And again, we go back into that detail of a passive buyer versus an active buyer. And if that stacks in another 12,000 odd sales, isn't that fantastic? So certainly when we're selling, we don't want to miss that in the market. Pat, as always, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, Wayne. I look forward to sharing some more information with you and the viewers.
Thank you. Well, joining me now is Ricky. Welcome, Ricky. We do a lot of work together. We have a lot of fun together and do a great job for vendors. Ricky has been in real estate about 9 years now, and you're currently #1 in Ray White Remuera.
Yep.
Fantastic. And that's a pretty good place to be because Ray White Remuera is the #1 Ray White office in the world. So a great position. Ricky, I think people are going to be really interested in what does your normal day look like? Yes, you're full of energy, full of results, and what does your normal week look like?
Well, it's pretty full on, Wayne. Usually I'm the first there in the morning, so I usually get to work around 7 a.m, get everything set up for the day, so write my to-do list. My team comes in, so my team consists of my assistant Mark, Sean and Tim, who are my sales associates, so really preparing them for the day. Most of my day is either appraising properties, talking to vendors, talking to buyers, on the phone. Like I probably spend half of my day on the phone, in cafes, having meetings. It's a pretty full-on day. We don't stop. I never really stop to eat until it's dinner time, which is usually around 10 o'clock.
Okay, so you're going from 7 a.m. till 10, that's a normal day for you?
On a big day, you know. Some days I finish early and get to the gym, but usually it's pretty full on, Monday to Sunday.
And it's a 7-day business for us, so, and look, I know that you will get some breaks, we'll head it down to the beach, down to Pauanui. Other breaks, we've both been working overseas on conferences and that.
Right.
But how do you get some rest and R&R through that week?
Well, through the week, I try to get to the gym about 4 times a week.
Good man.
Other than that, it's just work. I prefer to go hard at work for a couple of months, and then I'll whip off and have a week overseas maybe. So we usually do about 6 conferences a year overseas, which is great because you kind of mix work with lifestyle as well.
And I think that last trip, maybe Hamilton Island, a good example of that. Work hard, but enjoy yourself at the same time. Come back refreshed, and then you're stuck into it again, yeah?
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ricky, what would you say to a vendor looking now, and you meet more vendors than anybody else, what would you say to a vendor? What should they consider when they're choosing a real estate agent?
I would say the best thing to do is interview a couple of agents, 2 or 3, because there is a big difference between each agent. You want to choose someone that you really trust and someone that you know is going to work as hard as they possibly can to get you the best price. You know, and when choosing an agent, you know, our team, for instance, there is a whole team of us. So you get myself, my assistant, and 2 sales associates. So that is 4 people working on your property. So it works, it works really well.
Fantastic, Ricky. I can see why you're #1. It's great working with you every week. And vendors, you're looking for somebody you can trust. That's obvious. That's great. You're looking then, you can pick up the benefit of the team also. And somebody who's going to work extremely hard on the property. And mate, I know you do that.
Cool. Thanks,
Great having you and Ricky. Thank you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
mate.
Cheers.
Thank you for being with us. I'm Wayne Maguire, and next week I'll bring you more experts who will give you their advice on buying and selling and how to have property success here in New Zealand.